And standing. Everyone, please remain standing. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Independence High School Class of 2010 graduation ceremony. To my fellow classmates, we never thought that this day would come, but here we are. Over the last 2 years, our principal has strived to make our final years great at IHS. It is my privilege to introduce to you the man who put the PAL in principal, Dr. Todd Campbell.
You may be seated. I'm Dr. Todd Campbell. I'm the principal of Independence, and on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of Independence, I would like to welcome each and every one of you to the commencement exercises for the class of 2010. Also joining us today, we have a few distinguished guests who have come out to celebrate this great day with our students. If you would, please stand. Mr. Bill Peach, school board member. Mr. Mark Gregory, school board member. Ms. Janice Mills, school board member. Ms. Susan Graham, school board member. And our director of schools, Dr. Mike Looney. Also, I want to personally welcome anyone in this room who had anything to do financially, emotionally, socially, physically, to do with these guys being able to graduate today. So give yourselves a big hand. And personally, I would like to welcome the class of 2010. And what I'm welcoming to you is into the alumni of Independence High School. You guys are now officially alumni of Independence High School, so welcome to a prestigious group. You guys have probably been one of the most, if I thought about classes, I would say that you guys have the most, school spirit that I've ever had before. And you guys have made it fun for not only your classmates, but the teachers, the administration, and the entire community. So congratulations, and again, welcome everyone to the commencement exercises for the class of 2010. Thank you.
I'd like to follow up Dr. Campbell's welcome
with a welcome of my own from the student side of things. Just look around. We're truly blessed to be so loved and to have so many people want to share this experience with us. I just want to thank you all. Classic, conventional, ideal, ordinary, traditional. These are all words typically used to describe graduating classes regarding their time in high school. And when you think about the class of 2010, what you will see is that we are none of the above. Not even close. The classic senior class memorializes the togetherness and perseverance through hard times, like the terrorist attacks on September 11th. The class of 2010 celebrates the survival of not one, but 2 bomb threats and a near-death experience with a chronic, incurable disease we call senioritis. The conventional senior class enshrines that one unbelievable athlete or scholar that is certain to be famous, like Kathy Kroger. The class of 2010 trumpets having Miley Cyrus and Kesha as one-time classmates in Williamson County schools. The ideal senior class treasures that one remarkable accomplishment, such as having the highest test scores in the state or winning 4 straight state championships in football. The class of 2010 puts immeasurable pride into our greatest feat, giving Mr. Ragland the nickname Bernie. The ordinary senior class embellishes and forever remembers their mascot. The class of 2010 will tell you that our mascot was not so much an eagle, but actually the Yellerfellers. The traditional senior class trademarks that one warm, welcoming gesture, like a big Bruin bear hug or a rebel salute. The class of 2010 does this. I think it's safe to say that, if nothing else, this group of graduating students has redefined what it means to be outright crazy. The classes to come have some big shoes to fill. Forever remembered, the class of 2010.
May the road rise. Good afternoon, and thank you to all our friends and family for joining us here today to celebrate our accomplishments. For perhaps the first time in our lives, we as a class are experiencing both the present and the future, simultaneously fused into a singular moment. The present, of course, is this graduation ceremony, formally recognizing the class of 2010's achievements. And although the future is inherently intangible and unattainable, we somehow feel as if it is just beyond our grasp. We feel tantalized by the plentiful prospects the next phases of our lives offer, and tonight, they are no longer mere prospects, but rather realities, if we so wish them to be. Now, we just have to seize the opportunities before us. But first, let us relish this moment. We have come to our class, entering the walls of Independence during its very first years in existence. We have transformed Independence from just a school to a true community whose closeness has strengthened with the passing of time. As a class, we have helped shape our school by establishing traditions and ultimately instilling our legacy on the Independence name. Still, we must also thank our school for equipping us with the tools vital to success in the next phases of our lives. The past 4 years transformed our personalities, and I feel it is safe to say that we have changed for the better. We were blessed to live in an area so dedicated to education and to attend a school that provided us with a supportive faculty and a plethora of opportunities to excel both personally and academically. Our challenges inside and outside of the classroom have certainly prepared us for college and beyond. Independence has provided a solid foundation for us to individually build upon. Our years here have taught us to focus on life's most significant aspects and to prioritize accordingly. As a class, we have observed tragedies from sudden, unexpected deaths, to serious illnesses, to traumatic natural disasters, but such calamities have only strengthened the ties between us. We have bonded together in the face of such arduous adversity and triumphantly conquered by tackling the obstacles and taking advantage of the lessons to be learned from the trials, a feat most our age cannot truthfully claim. Such events have not only strengthened our dispositions as individuals, but have also intensified our appreciation for community. Independence High School has fostered a unique union in which each and every student has a place. As we move on to the next chapters of our lives, we will have a distinct advantage, as our high school years have taught us to recognize the value of the diverse traits we each possess. The past 4 years in this educationally focused atmosphere have taught us to push ourselves academically in order to reach our full potential as intellectuals. We have witnessed our peers mature in terms of both intelligence and character. When we first arrived at Independence, our thoughts seemed to revolve around the superficial. But our high school experiences have revealed what is truly important and meaningful. We began as adolescents with the capacity to develop both physically and cognitively, and we have evolved into wiser, stronger young adults, although this is not to say that we do not still have much to learn. So as this initial period in our lives draws to a close, let us remember our experiences from the last 4 years. Let us fondly reminisce about the special relationships we have formed with close friends, as well as the class of 2010 as a whole. Let us happily recall our dramatic transformations from adolescents to adults. Let us revel in the beauty of this moment as the present and future collide before us to unveil unlimited possibilities. But most of all, let us fully utilize these newfound tools and lessons to our advantage as we venture forward to leave our marks upon the world. And if everyone could please stand for the alma mater.
Shining bright with Please be seated. Before I begin, I would like to thank family, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests for coming out to celebrate this special day. As for the class of 2010, these last few weeks have been somewhat of a blur. Some of you may even be struggling to grasp the fact that we finally made it to this day, that we are done with high school. For many of us, thinking about graduation comes along with so many other thoughts. Thoughts about our future and what we could have done differently in high school begin to rush through our head, but everyone can agree that our years at Independence have sped by incredibly fast. To me, high school and graduation can be seen as a microcosm of life. Looking back on how fast it passed makes me really wonder how long will it be before I'm 70 years old and I start wanting to drive 20 miles an hour everywhere I go. Throughout all of our lives, many other stages will commence and then quickly come to an end, just as high school did. Our next chapter in life is slowly creeping up on us. Before we know it, we'll have our first serious job. We'll enter the world of work, providing for ourselves and our family. Retirement will then suddenly be at our doorstep. Most of our life will have passed, and the most important stage of all will begin to make its way into sight. The day that we look on back on our lives for one last time. That last day is something that everyone in this room will someday face, but that day should not consist of regret. My hope for the class of 2010 is that when we reach that final climactic stage in life, that we will not be disappointed in the decisions that we've made, but proud of the impact that we've had on ourselves and every other person that we've come in contact with. My hope is that we all live with commitment to excellence, live with dedication to a purpose. Going through the motions of life without devotion was best phrased in Revelations 3:16, where it says, "Know your deeds, that you are neither hot nor cold. I wish that you were either one or the other." Without full 100% dedication to the things that are important to us, we live without purpose. We don't want to get caught up living someone else's life. Mary Curie said it best when she said, "Wanting to be someone else is only a waste of the person that you are." We should all take pride in the things that are important to us and make those things our primary mission. The other hope that I have for this graduating class is that we all live with immeasurable courage. Sometimes the odds will be stacked up against us. Sometimes we might be considered the underdog, but there's a reason that most people enjoy rooting for the underdog. It's because they know that passion will always prevail over the odds. With passion, no one can stop us. They can take away everything we have, all of our resources, all of the things that are important to us, but they will never be able to strip away our will to overcome the adversity. Yes, there will be times when we might become discouraged. We might be scared that we're not going to add up. But I speak from experience. All graduates in this room have the capability to achieve all of our goals in life if we live with passion in everything we do, commitment to a cause, and a strong will to overcome the doubt of the world. So prepare your minds, classmates. Living a fruitful life in our world takes strength. Your commitment will be challenged as well as your courage. But just as you have exceeded the expectations in high school, go out into the world and travel beyond the limits. Surpass the standards, and most of all, make a difference. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dylan Reed.
My name is Alex Hegman, and we have the privilege of presenting to IHS the senior gift from the class of 2010.
As a class, we have always tried to leave our impression on IHS by not only upholding the old traditions, but also by creating new ones.
This year, we have decided to create a tradition with the senior gift by presenting not only a gift to aid in the academic portion of Independence High School, but also a gift to improve the extracurricular activities.
This year, we will be donating the podium where we are standing to be used for every graduation ceremony to come. In order to leave our mark on extracurricular activities, we'll be resurfacing and redesigning the gym floor.
If you would like to see the new and improved gymnasium floor, there will be a rendition of the new design in the lobby after the ceremony.
We as a class hope these gifts will improve the experiences of the students at IHS in the areas of both academics as well as extracurricular activities.
We also hope that they encourage the future graduating classes of Independence to strive to leave their impression on the school like we have. Thank you all very much for coming this evening.
And God bless.
Good afternoon. My name is Julie Oyer, and I have had the privilege, what I consider the greatest privilege, of working as this class's senior assistant principal for their entire senior year. Before I get started, I wanted to thank each and every person who's sitting in the audience for sharing your child with me this year. So thank you. I have the honor of recognizing the top 10% of the senior class. As I read them in alphabetical order, they will rise. Please hold your applause. Amanda Michelle Abbott, Jake Lewis Baker, Danielle Marie Beatty, Juliana Marie Bray, Eric Christian Bridges, Drew Michael Brown, Christina Rader Cantrell, Tyler Matthew Cohen, Katie Jean Conley, Kristen Marie Dominguez, Nicholas Ray Sykes, Eric James Everding, J. Wyatt Fettner, Nicolette Esther Fonseca, Joseph Michael Gaines, Megan Grace Gundy, Lee Alexander Heckman, Caitlin Elizabeth Johns, Joseph Cameron Jones, Caitlin Elizabeth Jajorian, Matthew Robert King, Christopher Michael Lepore, John William Lewis, Lacey Danae Link, Morgan Nicole McFetners, Sarah Ann Maroney, Cody Lewis Mueller, Seth Michael Neiman, Kevin Dylan Reed, James Hunter Ringfell, Lacey Brooke Robertson, Megan Lindsay Rogers, Natalie Jane Scalar, Andrea Lee Shook, Tyler Joseph Stannard, Jordan Keith Twaddle, Dennis Usitenko, Joshua Michael Weinstein, Hillary Lauren Yee, Marguerite Faith Zayas. Please join me in celebrating the highest academic achievers of the class of 2010. Graduates, you may be seated.
Counselors, please come forward. Platform guests, please join me. As we prepare to announce the names, I would only ask that you maintain respect throughout the program, because just because your child's name has been called, if you have air horns and all those things, we would ask that you refrain from doing those, because we need to be able to hear the next name. By the authority vested in me by the Honorable Phil Bredesen, Governor of the great state of Tennessee, Dr. Timothy Webb, Commissioner of Education, Ms. Pat Anderson, Chairperson, Williamson County Board of Education, and Dr. Mike Looney, Director of Schools, I confer the appropriate diplomas to the class of 2010.
Amanda Michelle Abbott. Erica Raquel Alexander. Vanessa K. Alexander. Margot Jean Anthony. Mallory Lane Arneson. Jake Lewis Baker. Mina Bakshishi. Katie Beth Beasley. Danielle Marie Beatty. Tanner Jordan Bellenfont. Joshua Samuel Bemis. Jeffrey Michael Berry. Aubrey Elise Black. Lindsay Blake Bloom. Brandon Christopher Boatman. Noel Kelly Bolin. Bradley Chase Bonning. Ronald Lee Booth. Nicholas James Box. Juliana Marie Bray. Dustin Blake Brewer. Eric Christian Bridges. Emily Elizabeth Brinkley. Dylan Anthony Brooks. Chelsea Angela Brown. Drew Michael Brown. Jonathan Jeffrey Brown. McKinley Taylor Brown. Nicole Alicia Brown. Tamara DeQuise Brown. Tori Ann Boucher. Dalton Ferris Burge. Bailey Victoria Butler. Tyler Henry Butts. Christina Rader Cantrell. Beatrice Irene Carbone. Caleb Willard Carlson. Jason Michael Carlson. Brandon Matthew Carr. Julia Lane Carter. Morgan Jacob Carter. Travis William Carter. Courtney Michelle Cassilly. Jonathan Wayne Castro. Matthew Lynn Chamberlain. Caitlin Marie Chambers. Samantha Kate Chenard. Crystal Louise Clark. Kevin James Clifton III. Kelly Ann Clothier. Tyler Matthew Cohen. Leroy Stefan Coker. Richard Joseph Conklin. Katie Jean Conley. Charlie Danielle Cook. Mark Makoto Cook. Andrew Lawrence Combs. Rachel Lee Cooper. Travis Wayne Cooper. Sabrina Rose Coppinger. Curtis Edwin Corzal, Mary Hannah Coral, Kelly Renee Cottrell, Ryan Patrick Courtney, Alexander Ross Cox, Austin Matthews Cox, Christine Elizabeth Cromwell, Taylor Scott Curtis, James Bodie Davis, Jacqueline Sarah Del Pilar, Danielle Shea De Leon, Colby Ross Denham, Micah Bo Joseph Dewey, Karina Marie DiBattista, Nicholas Alexander DiLoretto, Timothy Philip DePerry, Kristen Marie Dominguez, Levy Roberto Dominguez, Lauren Nicole Draco, Mariah Lee Driver, Kayla Marie Duncan, Mary Caitlin Dunkel, Christian Martise Dunson, Nicholas Ray Dykes,
Chelsea Lynn Eaton, Stephen Marshall Eddy, Jacob Tyler Eddington, Jacqueline Ray Edmondson, Corey Adam Edwards, Devin Kathleen Eller, Michael William Ellis, Stephen Michael Embody, Cheyenne Taylor Escobar, Austin Lowry Evans, Kelsey Brooke Evans, Eric James Everding, Alana Kristen Farinato, Blake William Farmer, Cameron Dennis Farrell, Jessica Lynn Feck, Nicole Marie Fedler, Jamie Lee Feliu, Ashley Marie Ferguson, J. Wyatt Fettner, Chelsea Diane Fields, Ashley Catherine Fletcher, Nicolette Esther Fonseca, Brendan Anthony Foti, Nicholas C. Faust, Johnson Grant Fowler, Courtney Allison Fox, Kirsten Nicole Fralix, Esteban Angel Frias, Kazumichi Fujiwara, Jamie Taylor Gabardi, Joseph Michael Gaines, Patrick Keith Gaines, Mayola Elizabeth Gallegos, Jonathan Alexander Gardner, Alexandra C. Garabrandt, Tyler James Garrett, Nicole Jocelyn Gask, Jocelyn Kelly Giardinelli, Glenay Alexis Gilbert, Andrew Davis Golden, Tamra Lee Gottfried, Ashley Brooke Gray. Rachel Lauren Gregg. Taylor Marie Gregory. Megan Grace Gundy. Joshua Montana Gannell. Julia Ann Hancock. Jessica Aaron Haynes. Caleb Matthew Haney. Melissa K. Hanna. Christian Zachary Harden. Haley Michelle Harvey. Austin Patrick Hastings. Kyle William Hayes. Benjamin Mark Hayes. Kayla Marie Haywood. Lee Alexander Heckman. Austin Morris Hethcock. Sarah Ashley Helton. Heather Nicole Hicks. William Todd Hicks. Cody Russell Hill. John Andrew Hill. Lauren Lene Hill. Mary Catherine Hill. Ethan Daniel Hobeka. Benjamin Clayton Hobbs. Christopher Chase Hodges. Ryan Joseph Hodges. Julia Lynn Hoff. Sarah Morris Holland. Dylan Holt. Ronald Edward Hopkins III. Chloe Ariana Howcroft. Cody Adam Howell. Spencer Marie Hughes. Nicolette Julia Hunter. Christiana Nicole Ingram. Robert Justin Ingram. Sawyer Dwayne Irons. Brianna Lynn Irwin. Thomas Leo Janice. Caitlin Elizabeth Johns. Haley Elizabeth Johnson. Kristen Elise Johnson. Lacey Brooke Johnson. Benjamin DeWitt Jones. Dylan Trevor Jones. Joseph Cameron Jones. Caitlin Elizabeth Jajorian. Bethany Marie Kane. Timothy Richard Katzman. Arsheen Khan. Sabrina Marie Kiblinger. Alyssa Jade Kilgore. Sarah Yahi Kim. Matthew Robert King. Tyler Wayne King. Gordon Craig Kinnaman. McClellan Lee Kirkpatrick. Timothy James Kirtland. Stephen Charles Klein. Nicole Lee Coy. David Stephen Krenz. Bridget Alice Marie Chris. Christopher Graham Kundrick. Stephen Douglas Karosky.
Joseph Clayton LaChance. Rachel Elizabeth Lancaster. Dylan Christopher Lance. Clinton Wade Landers. Catherine Breen Lane. Tyler William James Largen. Benjamin Lasky. Jesse Purcell Leach. Joshua Stinson Lee. Joseph Anthony Limbo. Courtney Elizabeth Lemieux. David Anthony Lemons II. Christopher Michael Lepore. Chelsea Renee Leroy. John William Morris Lewis. Lacey Danae Link. Crystal Elizabeth Lindy. Kristen Byrne Linville. Jessica Elizabeth Lippert. Dylan Joseph Locke. Leah Marie Locke. Victoria Lynn Longaberger. Harrison Edward Lorenz. Brianna Joe Lorenz. Zachary Keenan Lucy. Chelsea Ann Lynch. Anne Christine Mariah Lynn. Brian Patrick Mackey. LaQuentin DeRay McGee. Devin Christopher Mayer. Zachary Paul Maples. Kristen Mallory Marks. Anthony Michael Marmol. Grace Camille Martin. Kristen Sue Martin. Christopher John Mathis. Paul Dean Mathis. Brianna Renee Max. Joseph Alexander McCarthy. David Fox McCarville. Ross Thomas McClellan. Kevin Patrick McCullough. Haley Alyssa McDonough. Morgan Nicole McFetters. Sean Alexander McKay II. Angela Ruth McLeod. Brett Andrew Meeker. Rachel Linda Melius. Austina Marie Melberg. Jennifer Lauren Michaud. Jesse Vincent Malazzo. Caitlin Delane Miller. Kristen Michelle Miller. Julia Michelle Minutelli. Meredith Kristen Mitchell. Molly Ann Moore. Yahir Orlando Marino. Daniel James Morgan. Sarah Ann Maroney. Dylan Zachary Morris. Carrie Lane Morris. Cynthia Melanie Morrison. Kirk Stafford Morton. Amber Marie Mosby. Cody Lewis Muller. Joseph Paul Murphy. Faria Muse. Zachary Jacob Niederland. Morgan Graham Nichols. Seth Michael Neiman. Anthony Ronald Negretto. Amelia Aaron Niner. John Christopher Nix. Courtney Lynn Noble. Shanna Renee O'Brien. Christine Ellen O'Hare. Caitlin Ann Obermeyer. Bradley Joel Oliver. Jacob Arthur Otto. Davis Ozuma Otua. Theri LaKaren Owens. Brett John Parker. Candace Michelle Parker. Zachary Richard Perez. Ryan Sean Perkins. Michael Alexander Phillips. Jessica Catherine Pignato. Courtney Lee Pyers. Sarah Casey Clemens. Kyle David Pollard. Lauren Chelsea Pollock. Latham Taylor Poteet. Victoria Lynn Powers. Haley Delane Pridemore. Danielle Grace Perswitz. Amber Alexis Rachel. Sergio Ramirez. Zachary Carl Ramsberger. Brittany Nicole Reed. Haley Renee Reed. Kevin Dillon Reed. James Richard Wren. Caitlin May Reynolds. Chelsea Ann Rice. Jesus Alfonso Malagon Rico. Matthew Quentin Riddle. Patrick Byrne Riley. Catherine Elizabeth Ring. James Hunnard Ringfelt. Lacey Brooke Robertson. Nancy Rodriguez. Anna Virginia Roebuck. Megan Lindsay Rogers. James Lawrence Rolando. Austin Everett Rowland.
Tyler Scott Sanders. Corey Michael Sartain. Gordon Russell Schaefer. Natalie Jane Scalar. Leah Marie Schofield. Erica Lynn Scott. Lauren Denise Scott. Sean Lucas Seaver. Alan Cole Sieber. Ross Aaron Shearer. Kara Nicole Sheridan. Roland Bernard Shields Jr. Andrea Lee Shook. Shelby Lynn Simmons. Joshua Lee Simpkins. Paige Elizabeth Sims. Madison Frances Sinsheimer. Autumn Noel Sizemore. Casey Lynn Skeen. Emily Baldwin Sloan. Courtney Nicole Smith. Ethan LaRue Smith. Jashawn Earl Smith. Leah Michelle Smith. Sarah Elizabeth Smith. Tyler Jordan Smith. Zachary Tyler Smith. Joshua Clay Snell. Taylor Richard Sokol. Tyler Joseph Stannard. Lindsay Brooke Stevens. Jordan Nicole Steyer. Royce Heath Stiles. Anna Victoria Strassner. Morgan Elizabeth Strickland. Catherine Marie Stubblefield. Alexander Kenyon Stutz. Yelena Vladimirovna Sukovetska. James Dylan Sweeten. Christian Miller Tambellini. Olivia Marie Terrio. Samantha Gail Thomason. Laura Marie Toko. Ashley Catherine Tomlin. Megan Christine Townsend. Shannon Mackenzie Tuck. Sarah Lynn Tucker. Justin Keith Tercios. Keegan Robert Turnbull. Benjamin Douglas Turner. Jordan Keith Twaddle. David Blake Tyler. Anna Claire Urban. Tracy Darlene Valdez. Carissa Danielle Vaughn. Yvonne Guadalupe Vigil. Jonathan William Vogel. Darcy Lynette Walker. Jonathan Scott Walters. Trevor Neil Warrington. Kayla Diane Watkins. Joshua Michael Weinstein. Catherine Agnes Wells. Kirk Allen Wells. Ryan Michael Wessels. Tyler Eugene Wheatcraft. Samantha Lynn Whitlow. Abby Nicole Wilkerson. Caitlin Elizabeth Williams. Eric Mackenzie Williams. Spencer Adam Williams. John Bradford Wilson. Lee Alexander Witt. Camille Larissa Wood. Colby Lynn Wood. Taylor Alexander Wood. Brittany Lee Woods. Miranda Page Warland. Eric James Wright. Hillary Lauren Ye. Brent Allen Young. Shelby Lynn Young. Daniel Tienda Zaragoza. Marguerite Faith Zayas. Jun Yen Zhang.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming the class of 2010.
All right. The date is May 22nd, 2010. We've all been counting down to this date for some time now. Today, we are graduates. When our class first started our journey at independence, we were asked to chant, "We are IHS" at a pep rally. We attempted to do this, and if you recall, we had little success. No one knew what it meant to be IHS. Independence just opened its doors, and no one knew what to expect. It was the first time that all 4 grades were represented. Our class was told that we completed the puzzle that was Independence High School, but in reality, we were all still trying to figure it out. However, by the time the class of 2013 entered the same doors that we did as freshmen, they were not becoming a part of a school with no identity. They were becoming a part of Indy Nation. Over the past 4 years, our class has helped transform Independence into what it is today. Many of us have been a part of this school longer than some of our teachers and even administrators. The school is entirely different from what it was when we walked through the doors in 2007. Just like each one of us, the school has grown, matured, and changed for the better over the past 4 years. We have created an identity for our school, just like we have created an identity for ourselves. We were the class that completed the puzzle of Independence High School, and we represent the end of its beginning. Indy Nation exists because we were here. We have truly set the standard for other classes to meet, and I hope that they will be able to live up to the reputation that we have created. All that we have accomplished over the past 4 years says a lot, not only about each one of us, but it speaks volumes about the characters of our families and teachers. We all took a new school with no identity and transformed it into a community. We have created a legacy of excellence in art, athletics, and academics. Whether you were wearing jorts or conductors at a football game, performing on stage, studying, or even sleeping in class, we have all brought something important to Indy Nation. We all have plans to do great things in the future, and many already have their foot in the door. We've been accepted to some of the best schools in the world, and I know we'll have a lot of success in all of our future endeavors. On behalf of our class, I would like to thank all of the parents, teachers, staff, and friends that have helped us along the way. We would be nowhere without your support. I challenge you all to go out and do exactly what you did when you began your journey at independence. Enter the unfamiliar and make it your own. At our final pep rally as high school students, we were asked to chant, "We are IHS." After 4 years of hard work, this chant is no longer meaningless. We yelled it proudly, and I now invite you to chant it with me for the last time together. We are IHS. We are IHS. I would now like to present Independence High School's class of 2010. If the graduates would please rise. Congratulations, everyone. Let's turn our tassels.